Just south of Hamburg, there is Bispingen. Under the snow dome you will find Modellbau Welten, which is a giant G-scale model railroad layout. It was opened in 2020 after 16 months of construction. On my way back to Norway I visited it. As it is a tourist attraction, it will be reviewed now. As usual, we will look at the layout in general, the trains, the landscape, activities and facilities, staff and the location. Also important to know, before the construction the owners went out to the press and said that they are building something bigger and better than the miniature Wonderland in Hamburg, with many trains and interactive elements. This is something unwise to do, as one will be compared to the best in the world. A better comparison for non-model railroader, it's like saying your newly founded football club is going to try to win the Champions League. It's just setting the bar way too high. So, let's review it. The layout is located under the ski dome, so a huge surface was available for it. Just walking between all sections without stopping requires nearly 10 minutes. The surface of the whole exhibit is nearly 1 hectare. There are rectangular layouts in the middle which have 3 themes on each side. There are larger layouts on the side. The owners say they laid 20 km of tracks, which seems to be true, but the track plans make most of the time absolutely no sense. A railroad is used to transport things from A to B, and a model railroad should simulate that the best way possible. With such much space, it should have been possible to make something realistic. But in some theme it's just a track desert. That many tracks fit in a large station, but it's just lying there, without any purpose. Maybe it was just added to get to the record and beat the miniature Wonderland in Hamburg. From rumors on the net, I heard that the construction basically tried the market for a certain brand of trucks. Most themes are based on a region or a country. The execution varies. For example, the dinosaur theme is just some plastic dinosaurs along the track. I do not like these kind of themes, but if they want that, it could have been designed as a Jurassic Park-like attraction and dinosaurs made to scale. A big sauropod is as long as a train car. Just adding some plastic toys won't do it. Models will need to be 3D printed. Also, the themes the easiest to make because there is plenty of trains and accessories available is missing: Switzerland. It's also to be noted that the whole thing was built in 16 months. This is a good and a bad thing. Good that there are no closed off areas, bad that most of the stuff looks hastily constructed. And they are still working on it to make it look better. In addition, there are none of the promised interactive elements. I would give 3 stars, but because of the exaggerated advertisements I will only give 2. It is promised 500 trains with up to 30 meters. This promise is absolutely not held. Most of the trains are just 1 or 2 cars. There were some longer ones in the USA team, but 6 cars is definitely not 30 meter long. Just imagine what it would have been having multiple units pulling such a trains. The other issue is that the trains don't match the theme, and that narrow gauge car in 1 to 22.5 are mixed with normal gauge in 1 to 32. That looks bad, and even untrained eyes will see that something doesn't match. Then the trains don't match the themes. For India I would like Indian-inspired trains, not German ones. Take a logo which looks similar to something which runs in India and repaint them. Also, the Darjeeling Railway would have been a fabulous topic to combine India and the Himalaya. Also for England and Scotland, where rolling stock is commercially available, it's just American or German trains. The only theme where the train match are the USA and the Hearts. Only in the Mad Max theme layout did the maker make their own models. We didn't spot any broken trains on the layout, so it seems in case of failures the maintenance crew quickly removes them. Because the trains don't match and the promise is not held, I can only give 1 star. There are trains running, but it's nowhere near where it should be for installation of this size, and false promises were made about what to accept. The maker have put swords on the landscape. They are absolutely masterpiece of scenes in really high quality like the Italian market. Also the Austrian Alps are nicely made, but working skills would have lifted it to the next level. The maker showed a lot of creativity in designing unconventional themes like Africa and Himalaya. On the other hand, there are some themes which are just poorly executed, especially the fairyland and dinosaur world. Also often the houses and cars don't match the scales of the terrain, which is an absolutely no-go if you want to compete with the best. Most sections have huge cliffs in the background as they need to hide the other part behind. It's fine for mountain scenes but could have been more often solved differently sometimes. Then there is this abstract mining theme in the back of the exhibition, which I cannot really understand what it should be achieved. While some sections deserve 5 stars, there are just too many which are at 1 star, so I can only give 3 stars. Every theme has a riddle one can try to solve, like counting figurines or looking for specific characters. This should keep children busy. Then there are some playground as well as a coach sit on trains, which didn't run on the day I was there, but probably because it was a weekday in low season. There is also a cafeteria where one can eat and drink. In addition, there is a little car collection of old-timer which is integrated in the installation. There was staff around which were maintaining the layout. The ticket office is at the reception of the ski dome. I will give 3.5 stars for this section. The Modellbau Welten is located in Bispingen next to the motorway A7, about 50 km south of Hamburg. It is part of a resort around the Snow Dome, which is an indoor ski resort. There is also a hotel, some bungalows and a restaurant around, as well as a Tesla supercharger. Nearby there are also activities like go-kart and a trampoline park. Not far away is the Lüneburger Heide, which is a large nature reserve. The model railroad was put there to have one more attraction in an otherwise unused space. As one has seen the railway in about 1 to 2 hours, you can easily combine it with something else nearby. Also the A7 is an important motorway. There is a height sign you are just passing by. Rating is a difficult one. There is a lot to do around, but on the other hand it's far away from a real center. You really have to target it, so I will give 3.5 stars. When doing the average, we come to a final score of 2.5 stars for the Modellbau Welten. Achieving a higher score would require some serious retooling. This would be matching the trains and theme, stop mixing scales, having longer trains, especially the 30-meter trains, adding interactive elements, rebuilding the landscape in some sections. If you happen to drive past the place, you can consider stopping it if you have 1 hour to spare, or you need to distract your kids. At this time I spent there. I used a lot of time since I had to get enough footage. If you don't agree with my review, feel free to comment. If you are still watching here, please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't done it. Check our Facebook for bonus content and go to our Discord to chat with us.